Coach, if you'll just start out, kind of give us an opening statement on the game and your thoughts.
Okay. Obviously, we're very proud of our group for this year. It's been a really good year. It turns out, last Wednesday, I guess about a week ago, that LMU gave us our second loss of the year up there, and they played great. They shot it well, and one of the things going into this game, they had shot about 51.5% against us in the 2 games that we had played and put up a lot of points. And so we knew if we were going to have a chance to beat them, we're going to have to do a lot better job on the defensive end and try to limit them. Couldn't let them shoot 50% again. And so we get that done. It's 36.8. And then obviously they out-rebounded us about 10 up there again in a loss. And they were doing it in the first half, and we were very disappointed at the half that we were getting out-rebounded, I think, by about 11. We turned that thing around and actually, tied at 41-41. Get more offensive rebounds, and I really think that was a stat that was huge in our ability to beat them today on this court in semifinals, was rebounding and certainly being able to contest their shots much better and limit their field goal percentage.
You mentioned the rebounding battle. You're being out-rebounded by 11 at halftime. Was there anything said in the locker room, or did they just know that they needed to kind of change?
Well, I go in the locker room and they're already talking amongst themselves. They knew what the deal was. We had a 2-point lead, but yet we're getting out-rebounded by 11, and we were in position. But, I told them I just felt like at that point in time that LMU wanted it more. And I didn't know if it was a want or whatever. Whether it was technique or want, they were getting more rebounds than we were. And we were going to have to do a lot better job and not give them second chance opportunities, obviously. And of course, on the other end, we need to be able to get second chance points too, because we've kind of lived off that a little bit, even though we typically shoot it well. So that rebounding deal was going to come down to, whether the win or loss, whatever. But we knew we had to shore that thing up in the next 20 minutes. I'm very proud of how they did that.
Foul trouble throughout the game. First time this year where not only one player has had it, but multiple players have had it.
Right.
How do you think that the players, Torrey Griffin, Katie Stubblefield, those players stepped up for Harris, Micah, Kayla getting it back?
That's one thing with this team is obviously we had to adjust our lineups a lot to try to get through the game without having people foul out. And, and we've talked a lot about that. Sometimes we're picking up fouls. That's fine. That's going to happen in a game. But the way we're picking up our second and third fouls sometimes aren't the smartest things that we're doing, So I'm proud of how they were able to pull together. We mentioned Torrey in the locker room. Torrey was leading us in scoring, I believe, in the first half with 10, and not a person that's been getting a lot of minutes for us. And that's my fault. Maybe I should have been going deeper in the bench all year long, but, instead of Torrey pouting, Torrey got in there and played against LR. I thought she did a good job, especially on the defensive end, came in today when we needed her to be able to add that depth, and certainly when we got in foul trouble to give us a lift, and she gave us more than we could have ever asked for.
Jekka, let me come to you. Career high 13 rebounds, career high 36 minutes, 17 points. Being a senior on this team with everybody else in foul trouble, what were you trying to do to kind of lead the team, not only statistically, but kind of verbally?
Yeah, I think the positive mindset kind of carried us through, and we all knew we had each other's back. So just like pushing forward and not getting down when we had turnovers or bad plays, but just keeping each other's spirits high.
You guys started the second half, I think 2 of 15 from the floor, some frustration, but then you guys got on the offensive glass. You in particular, you had 6 of the team 16. How important was that to helping you guys kind of pull away in the second half?
Yeah, I think it was super important, and it's like a team effort, so everybody was doing their part, and it just worked out.
Harris, for you, 20 points in the game. You're in foul trouble, though, kind of throughout the game. What's your mindset on the bench there in that fourth quarter? Because you couldn't really be a part of the whole situation, but I think you scored the last 10 points of the game for your team.
I think that, Coach Mincy is working on the entire team with our mentality and how if we're going to get where we want to go, we have to be mentally tough. And I think that I had some lapses on those few fouls. And, just being on the bench, not being able to physically do anything in the game, but being there verbally, that's just what I tried to do.
Coach, you matched the conference record for wins in the season with this one. You could either win Gator Anderson tomorrow. What does this team need to learn from today to get ready to try to win a title tomorrow?
Well, going back to kind of what we touched on with Harris, in 2 losses that we've had this year, I think that we got frustrated a little bit with each other. And I remember there was a time out in particular where we got out to about a 5-point lead, I think, there in the second half, and then LMU made a run back. And there's a little bit of frustration by our group, and I could hear them talking amongst each other like we'd learned our lesson. Like, no, let's pull together and let's finish this game and not, get frustrated. Because when you only lose 2 ball games in a year, you kind of see that like everything goes well for so long. all of a sudden now you got a little bit of adversity, you get a little irritated with each other. And so they did much, much better in the second half of this game, obviously being able to finish it out. You know, short turnaround, it's tournament time. Didn't press the entire second half, so it's not like a situation where we've actually worn ourselves out like we typically play. We got two teams out here getting ready to play, Anderson and Wingate. Obviously, they're very talented. Saw Wingate not too long ago. Been a while since we played Anderson, but you know, get some food, enjoy this next game, and you know, obviously we'll try to get rest. We got Thomas with us, and he's going to do his thing to try to make sure that we roll out and foam roll and all that stuff to make sure we're ready to go tomorrow. Because you know, Wingate and Anderson, whoever it is, they're going to have to do the same thing and tip it up tomorrow. You know, not on 100% legs.